Okay, I'm waiting at the bus stop. It's 4:25 in the morning. I got about another 16 minutes till the bus comes. This is not my usual after-work bus stop. Yeah, something's in there. Anyway, tonight, as they call it where I work, we flexed, which means we had mandatory overtime. And that would have lasted till 6 in the morning normally, but for some reason, we shut down at 2. So I stuck around at the building for an hour and a half and then walked over here. It's a little over a mile walk. Here's a bridge going over the interstate just beyond there. And the last time we'd gotten out early, I walked on the other side of the street over the interstate bridge, and it was terrifying. So I was a little bit nervous about this time, but I did it on the other side of the street. It seemed like it was a little less traffic that way. And yeah, there's a surprising amount of traffic on this street and these cross streets at 3:30 in the morning. But obviously there's enough traffic. There's 2 24-hour gas stations here, 24-hour CVS. At the intersection where I work, there's a 24-hour gas station. And then there's not any for a fair distance. So yeah, there's enough traffic and snackers and whatever to support those businesses being open 24/7. Yeah, I got 3 more days of work this week. I'll get home right about 5 minutes till 6, which is 2 hours earlier than I normally get home from work. So, yeah, even though I had a pretty long wait before I can catch the bus and such, I'll still get home 2 hours early, and that's 2 extra hours of sleep, which is going to mean a lot on a 4-day work week. Sunday. This upcoming Sunday is the 54th anniversary of the death of Sylvia Likens. I will be posting on that day, and if it works from my phone, I may try to do a live stream. Like I said, it comes up as an option. I don't know if it'll work or if I'll have enough internet juice to do that. So I'll just have to see on Sunday and see what happens. Finished reading what court testimony is online, and that's on sylvialikens.com. And I knew this website existed, but I kept having trouble getting into it. And I finally got a link into Jenny's testimony, and that brought up a button on my Google homepage for that. So I have been able to read what they have posted. There's obviously some stuff missing, you can tell that. But yeah, it's the testimony's a bit frightening at times. In some ways, when you look at this story, because so much happened and so many players were involved, so many moving parts, that it's almost like a snow globe that's being shaken vigorously and trying to follow, one piece of glitter in that globe. But the story is very comprehensible. Of course, some of the other kids that were charged as juveniles testified, and of course they minimized their role. Gertrude's defense, I think, did an excellent job of showing she had a long history of health problems, was a nervous person, and actually the testimony from one of the doctors, and I think he was actually appointed by the state to examine Gertrude Benikowski about her insanity claim. And some of the things he said was just downright fascinating and might make an interesting video for somebody with much more psychiatric knowledge than I have. And I'm probably going to hint to So Psych to do such a video on that, because I think she could make some of what he said clear to the layman. But he talked about mechanisms of denial, and I know what's out on the internet for the layman is not going to explain that adequately enough. And So Psych has a way of taking these very complex psychological issues, breaking them down to where the average person can understand them, but not explain the issue she's talking about. I mean, she's just wonderful in that respect, and I really hope she gets more viewers just on the basis of her psychology videos. Okay, I think I've yapped enough for now. I will talk to you later.